What's going on, guys? It's Garrett Henderson, electrician. I want to talk to electrical contractors today. Not a plumbing contractor. Well, you'll scroll by once you get to the topic, but if you're an electrical contractor, don't tell me you haven't pondered, should I buy a bucket truck or a scissor lift or a boom lift? What is a boom lift, Garrett? Well, a boom lift is an articulating basket that you can move around. Scissor lift just goes straight up and down. A boom lift has the big, heavy pig iron base, and it's got the arms that go up and it can articulate around. Obviously, a bucket truck, you know what a bucket truck is. Well, guys, I can break the story down to it. A bucket truck, you don't want to really buy a bucket truck anymore. There's no more parking lot lighting like there used to be. There's no more ballast and bulbs and starting capacitors and things like that for parking lot lighting. So bucket trucks are really, you don't see many electricians with a bucket truck anymore. Even if you do it for, say, residential or commercial services, unless there's pavement around there, you're not going to drive your bucket truck up to a residential service to help you there. So I don't see as many opportunities with a bucket truck as I do with a boom lift. Now, the boom lift that I purchased in 2005, I believe. I purchased a JLG, which is the very best. An E stands for electric, 450, 45-foot AJ, articulating jib boom lift. That cost me $42,000, I believe, in early 2000. A huge sum. Well, now they're close to 80 or even 100. Now, you're going to say, you want me to buy this? Guys, that boom lift was the very, I'm going to do this to get your attention. That boom lift was the very best investment I ever made in my electrical contracting business. Besides having my two sons and bringing them up in, other than that, that boom lift got me to the next level. How many of us own a boom lift? Not many, guys. So if you can get the customers, now I'm not saying run out and go buy a boom lift. I'm not saying that. But you need to get the customers because warehousing industry is exploding and has exploded and will continue to explode. There's a few industries out there, guys, that, AI is not going to be taken over too soon. And we're one of them. The electrician business, right? Also aerial electricians. To be able to work 10, 30, 40 feet in the air freely, safely, okay, with OSHA approval. That is just a value that you can give your customer that's just second to none. There's nobody in line. If you make that type of investment and you have the type of customer that you could keep that lift on, that you could use once a week or you could maybe every day, maybe once a month, but yet you can bill them enough money to justify and pay that thing down quick. It was just the best thing. Now, I'm going to tell you why it was better than the 4069E JLG scissor lift I also purchased. I purchased a 40-foot high scissor lift. The problem with the scissor lift was it only went up and down, and it had to be on completely level ground, and it would go up and down, and which was fantastic. It did fantastic work, but it did a fraction of what my boom lift did because I ended up getting a reputation. People knew that I owned that boom lift, that I didn't have to rent it, that I had the ability to pull it and move it where I want to do. Now that we're talking a significant investment here, I'm not talking for you new guys here. I don't want you to get discouraged, but this is a path that you need to work to become a top electrical contractor while still maintaining a small footprint and keeping your expenses down. You have to look at this boom lift as like an amazing part of your team. This is a member of your team. You actually give this thing a name, okay? And the amount of money, because not only are you going to be able to bill the highest of the highest rates for electricians, you're going to be able to bill for your boom lift, okay? If you ever try to contact United Rentals, which I love United Rentals and I highly recommend them. I'm not getting sponsored, but United Rentals is fantastic. That's your broker to deal with JLG. You could rent from them and you could buy from them. If you rent one of these from United Rentals, you're paying thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. So every contractor needs that same amount in their proposals, those thousands of dollars for delivery, for pickup, the 10% protection fee. Those fees are for all of us. So when you're bidding a job that requires an aerial reach, you've got this large sum of money that you can add into your bid. But when you own that lift, you still can add that amount, and you either will pay the unit down quicker or you pocket that money. And that is how you can become an extremely successful contractor. Now let's talk about the cons real quick of that, because this happened to me. It's a depreciating asset. It's an asset that is life safety, and it's not to be taken lightly. These machines need to be annually inspected by only a handful of companies that can put their signature on that and their sticker that this is approved and it is safe for use. Because if you neglect that and you have an issue, you're on your own, pal. So when you get to this level, and you're talking these type of customers, I'm talking the Fortune 50, Fortune 100 customers. You can land one of them. They don't play around, right? So you are going to have expenses to keep it, and it is a depreciating item. So at the end of the life cycle of the machine, and I was looking to sell it or looking to trade it in, I could have traded it no problem, but I was only getting salvage value. These things just seem to go to auction or junkyards, right? So there isn't like a secondary market that's really desirable. So in my opinion, you go brand new. You don't go secondary, brand new, because you're showing up with it. This is like these guys that want to become, they wannabes, and they're broke ass, and they're in Louis Vuitton, and they're buying all this like Saks Fifth Avenue stuff, all this designer stuff, but they're broke, okay? But they come up, they got a good appearance. When you look at someone like that, you're going, are you the real deal, or are you just a broke guy trying to look big? But when you show up with a brand new scissor lift, there is no broke guy. This is the guy. You show up with the proper tools and this type of equipment, you're the man, because you are the man. There's no faking it there. So the customer base that you're going to get into, if you're able to make this type of investment, is huge. So when I was trying to get rid of mine, no one wanted it. I ended up selling it. I don't know if I got it on Craigslist or eBay. I forget, but only the salvage guys were interested in it. Like United Rentals were like, okay, I'll give you salvage price for it. It's like, dude, wait a minute. When you sold it to me, it's like a car dealership. They're your best friend. Then when you want to get rid of it, so it is a depreciating asset. Does come down to worth nothing, but what it will do to your company, guys, will make you one of the top 5% of electrical contractors in the United States if you can say that you own one of these lifts. And think about it, once you pay that thing off, that's just gravy, baby. Gravy. Well, hope you had a great 4th of July. It's Garrett Henderson. We could talk all day about aerial lifts. It's Garrett. See you from New Jersey on the next one.